Y'all, I am divorced. I am motherfucking divorced. Y'all don't even know how good this shit feel. Like, I feel free. I'm divorced, bitch. I told y'all, yeah. Big divorce on paper. And I'm happy about it.
Violent night in Fort Worth, where at least 10 people were shot in separate shootings. A block party with hundreds of people just got out of control and turned violent on Castleman Street. That's in southeast Fort Worth last night. Police believe multiple suspects started shooting. 3 people were hit and one of them died. Another person died after a medical emergency. Community leaders this afternoon called for a stop to all of this violence.
All that I can do is a pastor and pray, grab the rest of these young men and young women and show them this is real. Stop these block parties. Stop these get-togethers. Stop hanging out. This is not what it is in our city no more.
What if the very celebration of freedom turned into a night of absolute terror? Imagine fireworks bursting in the sky, laughter echoing through the streets, then gunshots. How does a night meant for joy become a scene of devastating loss? This is the story of Tasha Hymond, a Fort Worth makeup artist, whose life was tragically cut short on a 4th of July that no one will ever forget. Fort Worth, the air buzzed with anticipation. Red, white, and blue decorations lined the streets, families gathered for barbecues, and the sky prepared to explode with color. July 4th, a day for hot dogs, parades, and the grand finale, fireworks. This wasn't just any celebration, it was America's birthday. A day to remember the signing of the Declaration of Independence, a day to celebrate liberty. The history books tell us of a nation born from revolution, a fight for freedom, but what happens when that very freedom is twisted, when it becomes the backdrop for violence? Think about it, the 4th of July has always been a symbol of unity, a moment when differences are set aside to celebrate a shared identity. In Fort Worth, just like cities across the nation, that meant picnics in the park, kids running with sparklers, and the promise of a spectacular fireworks display. Did those celebrating on Castleman Street know that their celebration would soon be a nightmare? The city was alive. News reports from that day paint a picture of a typical 4th. Families gathered, kids ran around, and the smell of barbecue filled the air. The anticipation for the fireworks was high. The 4th of July is a day that brings people together, but what if that togetherness becomes a dangerous crowd? What if that unity is shattered by a single act of violence? Before the chaos, before the gunshots, there was only celebration. The fireworks were ready to light up the night, but something was about to change everything, and it wasn't the fireworks. What are your own memories of celebrating the 4th of July? Share your thoughts below. Welcome to Whistles of True Crime, where we unveil the darkest mysteries and the most chilling true crime tales. If you crave real-life crime stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat, you're in the right place. Kindly subscribe to this channel now and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss any of our new stories. Your support keeps these stories alive. Fort Worth, Texas, often called Cowtown, blends a rich Western heritage with modern urban life. Its iconic stockyards, a National Historic District, transports visitors to the days of cattle drives, while the Cultural District boasts world-class museums like the Kimball Art Museum and the Amon Carter Museum of American Art. The vibrant downtown area, Sundance Square, offers diverse dining, entertainment, and shopping. Fort Worth's expansive parks, such as the Fort Worth Botanic Garden, provide green spaces for recreation and relaxation. However, like many growing urban areas, Fort Worth faces challenges. The city has seen an increase in crime rates, including gun violence. Recent statistics show a concerning rise in violent crime, and gun-related incidents have become a serious concern for residents and law enforcement. This tragic story of Tasha Hymond and Marcus Martin Jr. serves as a stark reminder of the impact gun violence has on communities, even within a city known for its charm and hospitality. Castleman Street, a quiet residential area suddenly transformed, the sun still high, the air filled with the smell of grills and the excited chatter of hundreds. This wasn't a planned event, no permits, just a spontaneous gathering, neighbors, friends, strangers, all converging. 200, maybe 300 people, taking over the blocks. Imagine the scene, folding chairs scattered across lawns, music blaring from car stereos, kids running, laughing, fireworks, already starting, small pops and whistles, a prelude to the night's main event. Lisbeth, a resident, remembers, it was fun. It started off great. Everybody was coming out, cooking out in their front yard. But, here's the thing. This wasn't a controlled celebration. No one was in charge. No one was keeping an eye on how quickly things were escalating. The street, designed for cars, not crowds, was becoming a pressure cooker. The fireworks, initially small, were getting bigger, louder, the atmosphere, once festive, was shifting, and then, the cars, drivers, showing off, doing donuts in the intersection of Castleman and Comanche. Tires screeching, smoke filling the air. This wasn't just a party, it was a takeover, the rules were changing. Was this the turning point? The moment when things went from festive to dangerous? Tasha Hymond, a face in the crowd, but with a lens, she was broadcasting live, her Facebook feed, a raw and unfiltered view of what was happening on Castleman Street. Imagine scrolling through your phone, seeing a snapshot of a party, but this party was different, the live stream, the camera shakes, capturing the growing mass of people. You hear her voice, mixed with the noise of the crowd, the crackle of fireworks. She's moving through the throng, showing the chaos. The camera catches a police cruiser, lights flashing, a sign that even then, authorities were aware something was off. Then, a firework explodes, too close, the camera jerks, you see the flash, the smoke, the reaction of the crowd. A near miss. Was this just a careless accident? Or a sign of what was to come? Tasha's stream becomes a vital record. It's more than just a party, it's evidence of a night spiraling out of control. Was she aware that her footage would be the last moments of her life captured? The stream continues, the atmosphere changing. The fireworks are louder, the crowd more agitated. You can hear the tension. Is it the anticipation of the grand finale, or something else, or something darker? The stream abruptly ends. Was it a technical glitch, or something more sinister? How often do you use live streams? Do you think they are a safe way to document events? Share your theories on the comments below. The party wasn't just loud anymore, it was volatile. Imagine this, the smell of gunpowder mixing with burnt rubber, fireworks, no longer just pretty lights, were being launched directly at homes, residents scrambling, windows rattling, the celebration, a target. Then, the cars. Tommy Howard, Tasha's fiancé, described it, drivers doing donuts right in the intersection of Castleman and Comanche. Not just once but repeatedly, tires screeching, engines roaring, the street, a makeshift racetrack. Was this just a show of bravado? Or something more aggressive? The noise amplified, yelling, shouting, the constant explosions of fireworks, the crowd, no longer a group of neighbors, but a mass of individuals. Was it a feeling of anonymity that took over, a sense that anything was possible? Police reports confirm it, the fireworks were illegal, the behavior reckless, the festive air, gone. Replaced by something else, something tense. The energy shifted. It wasn't about celebrating anymore, it was about something else, something dangerous. The line blurred. Was this still a party, or something else entirely, a powder keg, waiting to explode? What was the trigger? What was the spark? What do you think about the explosion? Let me know in the comments below. The night exploded, not with fireworks, but with gunfire. Imagine the shift, the roar of engines, the pop of firecrackers, instantly replaced by sharp, unmistakable gunshots. Multiple shots, not one, not two, but a barrage. Panic, that's the only word. The crowd, moments before a mass, now fractured, scattering, screams cut through the air, the music, the laughter gone, replaced by terror. Witnesses describe the chaos, people running, falling, hiding, the street, now a battlefield. Was there a warning? An argument? Or did it just erupt, sudden and brutal? Police reports indicate over 100 fired casings were found at the scene, multiple shooters, not a single act, but a coordinated burst of violence. Who fired first, and why? The scene, a residential street, now a crime scene, the festive atmosphere shattered, the night forever changed. Was it a random act? Or was someone targeted? The question hangs, in a crowd of hundreds, who pulled the trigger? And how many others joined in? The fireworks, a distraction? Or a cover? How do you think a crowd reacts when sudden violence occurs? Share your thoughts in the comments below. 2 lives extinguished, 2 names now etched in this tragedy, Tasha Hymond and Marcus Martin Jr. Not just statistics, but people, real people. Tasha, a face known, a makeup artist, her talent transforming lives. Her fiancé, Tommy Howard, said she was one of the best makeup artists in the city, loved by over 1,000 clients. Imagine the impact, a woman who brought beauty into the world, now gone. What was she thinking in those final moments? Did she know her life was about to end? Marcus Martin Jr. A name less familiar to Fort Worth, but a life equally valuable. From San Diego, California, he was at the gathering, a young man, his future taken. What brought him to Castleman Street? Was he visiting family? Friends? What dreams did he carry? 2 different paths, intersecting in the most violent way, Tasha in the chest and arm, Marcus in the back. The medical examiner's report, cold facts, but behind those facts, lives lost, families shattered. What were their last thoughts? Did they cry out? Did they try to run? Was there a moment of confusion, then realization? 2 individuals, caught in a storm of violence. Were they targeted? Was it random victims? Or just in the wrong place at the wrong time? How does it make you feel to know real people lost their lives in this way? Share your thoughts in the comment below.
What is left of 24 hours ago,
everybody was coming out, cooking out in their front yard,
is a reminder of what is lost.
Everything just went downhill from there.
In the Eastland neighborhood of Fort Worth at Castleman and Comanche, Lizbeth was with her family celebrating the 4th of July.
Like before everything started, they were already here.
Fort Worth police was already monitoring the area. They say 200 to 300 people took over the block.
I'm trying to show y'all all these people outside.
Just before midnight, the booming sound of fireworks was muted by gunfire.
What y'all doing, Facebook?
Half an hour before, Tasha Hymond was streaming live on Castleman Street. Family confirms the 39-year-old makeup artist and business owner was killed in the crossfire.
It hurt.
Her cousin, Pastor Felton Jenkins,
It's a different kind of pain.
spends every day fighting to stop gun violence, but this time,
She is sweet. She's my angel.
the pain is personal.
Every time we see each other, it's a hug, it's a kiss, it's a smile, it's a small dance, you name it. We gonna treat each other up. She was loved by everybody. She was loved by everybody.
2 more shooting victims survived, and police say another person died after a medical emergency. At this point, there are multiple suspects, but no one is in custody.
They are cowards.
Jenkins and several community leaders want those who know something to come forward.
Come on, Fort Worth.
They want to stop gun violence.
This is real. Stop these block parties.
They want to protect the youth.
To the point where you grow up with it, you kind of get used to it.
Hearing gunshots on her street is nothing new for Lizbeth.
I am so sorry. Like, my condolences go out to your family, your friends.
But she is disheartened. Celebration turned to sorrow. In Fort Worth, I'm Tiffany Liu.
The street transformed from a party to a war zone. Imagine the scene, flashing blue and red lights cutting through the darkness, the wail of sirens, the shouts of paramedics, not fireworks, but the sounds of desperation, bodies on the ground, people screaming, crying, the injured, the dying, first responders arriving, trying to make sense of the carnage. Was it too late? Police reports paint a stark picture, over 100 fired casings, multiple guns, a scene of intense, rapid gunfire, evidence scattered, a puzzle for investigators. Was it a targeted attack, or a random burst of violence? The crowd, now a mob, some panicked, some in shock, some trying to help. Was it impossible to tell who was a witness and who was a suspect? The police arrived, a wall of uniforms, trying to secure the scene. But how do you control a crowd of that size, in that state? How do you find the shooters in the chaos? The street, now a crime scene. A place of celebration, now a place of death. Were the shooters still among the crowd, or had they vanished into the night? The search for answers began immediately. Imagine detectives working through the night, under the glare of floodlights, a complex puzzle, over 100 shell casings, multiple guns, a crowd of hundreds. The challenge, identify the shooters. Was it one person, several? Were they still in the area? The investigation started with the evidence on the street.
When I came back to my house, all I heard was, I thought it was a new firework. I thought it was a new, I'm so serious. I thought it was a new firework. Everybody was running and they were looking back.
Each casing, a potential clue, each witness, a piece of the puzzle. Days turned into weeks, the pressure mounted, then, a break. Todd Eric Rogers, a name emerges. He was arrested and charged with murder, but was he the only one involved? The police haven't released details about Rogers' alleged role. What evidence led them to him? Was he one of the shooters, or did he play another part in the chaos? The arrest, a step forward, but the questions remain. Was justice served, or is there more to this story? The investigation continues. Are there other suspects? Are there other pieces of the puzzle that still need to be found? What do you think is the hardest part of investigating a crime with so many witnesses? How do you heal after such violence? Fort Worth faced that question. The answer, a mix of grief and remembrance. Tasha Hymond, awake, balloons released into the sky, a visual symbol of loss. Mourners gathered, stories shared, tears shed, a life celebrated, even in death. But it wasn't just Tasha. That same night, across Fort Worth, another tragedy. Ivy Pierce, 4, and Winter Thouston, 1, killed in a shooting at a car wash. 2 young girls, their lives stolen. A city reeling from not one, but 2 brutal acts. Imagine the weight of that grief. 2 sets of families, 2 communities mourning. The impact, spreading like a ripple. Was it a coincidence? Or a sign of something larger? The city held vigils, shared moments of silence, people searching for comfort, for answers. Was it just the 4th of July, or was something fundamentally wrong? The pain was raw, the loss, immeasurable. How do you move forward? How do you make sense of such senseless violence? A celebration turned into tragedy, 2 lives lost, Tasha Hymond and Marcus Martin Jr. Their stories, a stark reminder of the cost of violence. Castleman Street, a place where joy became chaos, where fireworks gave way to gunfire. Was it a single act, or a chain of events that led to this devastation? The investigation continues. Todd Eric Rogers is arrested, but are there others? Are there more pieces to this puzzle? Is justice complete? If you have information, anything, contact the Tarrant County Crime Stoppers. Anonymity is guaranteed. Every detail matters, every voice counts. To the family of Latasha Hymond, we offer our deepest condolences. Our heart aches for your loss. May the memories of her love and light bring you comfort during this difficult time. The families of Tasha and Marcus deserve answers. Fort Worth deserves answers. Can a city truly heal when questions remain? Remember their names, Tasha Hymond, Marcus Martin Jr. Their lives, a reminder that violence leaves scars, and a call to ensure it never happens again. Share this video. Someone you know might have information that can help. Kindly like this video, subscribe, like and turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching till the end. Until next time, stay safe.